What is going on, guys? We are back with another Madden 23 video, and we're doing a fantasy draft. As you know, I love them a ton, and I do a ton of fantasy draft guides throughout the Madden year, which we may even have one already this weekend. Obviously, I'm going to have to test a couple of drafts and see where players go and all that. I posted a video about the devs, which kind of plays a factor in this because a lot of the quarterbacks, normal dev, not the craziest of overall, 23. I don't think the game really cares too much about their age. I mean, I think there's the player archetype kind of things, or the player like talent, and a lot of the guys that are like 26, 25 are like young trade target. It's like young. 25 or 26 is young. I'm 27, I don't think I'm young. But of course, some of you guys might not know how to actually do a fantasy draft, so if in case you don't, you click here on franchise, which I imagine if you don't, that means that you obviously don't watch the channel, because we do fantasy drafts all the time. And if you are new, maybe think about leaving a like, maybe subscribing, as we are going to do so much franchise, so much Madden 23 content. I would say you'll get sick of it, but you're not. You're not. I won't allow it. I will kiss you on the cheek, perhaps, and maybe that'll make it feel better. But of course, you got to import the roster, especially since it's, the start of the game. There's not going to be any rosters anyways. There's no, updated rosters or anything like that. So choose whatever team. I always go with the Packers because that's my favorite team, and it doesn't matter. But what does matter is you click starting point and you go fantasy draft. That is the most important thing. And then the second most important thing, maybe not as of right now, but turn the injuries off. Just make sure you have all that off for now. So once you're actually in the franchise, then you can decide, hey, am I playing with injuries on? What am I doing? So outside of that, though, you're pretty much ready to go. But of course, in previous years, you definitely would want to have kind of like a middle of the ground pick if you don't want to have too OP of a team. But for this video specifically, I don't think we're going to be able to, but we're going to draft the very best team possible. So we will be drafting literally best available pick every round. So if we get pick 1 overall, I'm not going to choose like, Micah Parsons because it's more fun because it's not too OP to grab a QB. I'm grabbing Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, one of the two, probably Mahomes, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what we get. Let's take a look right now, which is pick 22. Rodgers goes at 21. Very interesting. I'm surprised it doesn't auto-stop your draft picks, so Cooper Kupp looking a little different. Quarterback is first things first. I don't know what all the devs are like. Stafford's a superstar, but he's also 34, so that's unfortunate. Deshaun Watson is a really decent pick, but, that's... I'm not really interested in him, to be honest. Honestly, with this pick, I'm probably looking not to grab quarterback. Also, Trevor Lawrence must still be superstar because he is gone, it appears, and I don't think he would go. If he was star, he would still be here. Trey Lance, I wonder if he's superstar. He is only star this year. Fair enough. Running backs, it depends on what you want to do. As far as a rebuild standpoint goes, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to go Christian McCaffrey, but for me personally, I think you can grab a running back anytime and make them good. I would be looking probably for wide receiver or cornerback here. Once again, this is not a preferable pick for me, but I'm probably going to end up going corner. Is Denzel Ward superstar this year? He's only star. Really. I also don't like the fact that it brings me back to the main thing every time. That's kind of bad. So maybe a pass rusher instead. Micah Parsons is, I'm going to be honest with you, probably my choice. Rashawn Gary's only star, which is a little iffy in my opinion. Micah Parsons being a 23 age X factor, he's just too good to pass on. So we're going to be going with the best available pick, Micah Parsons. Of course, it appears that they still don't have the old Madden screen where you would actually be able to scroll up and see the players. So we are going to have to go through the transactions list like usual to look. And Lamar Jackson is no longer number 2. Now, I will say, in my opinion, Josh Allen is number 2 or 1. So it makes sense that he would go there. Joe Burrow, I think, might be an X factor this year, and even whether he is or not, he's not better than Lamar in the game. I'm sorry, he just isn't. Dak, Herbert, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, so he must be superstar. Justin Jefferson goes up there. Metcalf would definitely be very high on my list for sure. Jair, if he would have been there, I definitely would have taken. And of course, we were kind of stuck with Micah Parsons. TJ Watt, slightly after him. He is a better pure pass rusher, but he is not as young, obviously, and nowhere near as athletic. Jonathan Taylor's not the worst bet either. Kyle Pitts, that would be a decent choice, but honestly, it really doesn't matter the route running unless they change the game a bit, which they could have because I heard zones are better. You really just need fast at tight end, which I know Pitts is, but he's also like the cream of the crop fast. Also, it says Darius Leonard, but didn't he kind of change his name to Shaquille? Or he like wants to go by Shaquille Leonard? Now, it's a lot more fun for me to go with one of the rookie quarterbacks, but I will be honest. Based on previous Maddens, I am almost certain guys like Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Tua, Trey Lance, even Davis Mills, assuming he's star, which he is, I think would all be gone by our next pick. But because this is kind of a tester, what is it called? Tester fantasy draft. Anyways, I'm going to allow it, and we're just going to try to land someone like Willis or Corral or maybe even Sam Howell later on. Ooh, I didn't even see this as well. Is Tyler Lockett star dev 29? So feeling a lot better about that that Seahawks pick. Again, Mark Andrews, that's a tough one if you want a tight end. He's, kind of there. I think I'm going to pass on corner because I think DT, especially a guy like Vita Vea, is almost nearly impossible to get. 27 years old, superstar dev. He's older than I would have thought, to be fair, but still really good. I think this would be kind of like where he would be going, if I'm not mistaken. I usually go with a 3-4 in these types of fantasy drafts as well, so, you think about who is your best options. It drops off quick, dude. It really does. Aaron Donald's still there, too, though, at 31, but 31's a little too old. I'm sorry, I can't do it. My choice is going to be Vita Vea, even though there's so many good choices. Like Nick Chubb is there. Really tough guy to pass on. What is his name? Denzel Ward's still there. But I think a cornerback should be there next round. So we're going to go with Vita Vea here with our pick at 11. He's got a 60 gamer score achievement for winning a free agent bid war for a 90-plus player. Sweet. That's what I did. Promise. The right after us went Nick Chubb, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase. I forgot about him, to be honest, because he's a bit of lower in overall. Oh, wow. Real original Colts. Real original there. Of course, a bunch of quarterbacks went. Wirfs, completely forgot about Wirfs. That's a my B. No Marshawn Lattimore, no Marlon Humphrey, no J.C. Jackson. Chase Young, fair enough. Alvin Kamara. Kenny Clark just went there, so clearly Vita Vea might have even went right where he was supposed to go. If another team was there in front of us, they might have taken him instead. And like we said, the quarterbacks are literally all gone. Even Davis Mills. And how busted is that Denzel Ward is actually there. Now, before we do that, though, A.J. Terrell has, of course, jumped up the board quite a bit. How he's not a superstar in the game, I do not know, but he is very talented. However, I'm pretty sure Denzel Ward is still that dude, even though he is 2 years older. What about Trayvon Diggs? I think he is still superstar in the game, right? Which is just, it's something. It's a thing. Rashawn Gary's also still there, but that is a bit busted if that's kind of the way you went. Denzel Ward, man, 25 years old. He is significantly faster than A.J. Terrell. It's really tough. I think both players are equally good. I just don't know if I can make the pull on A.J. Terrell, even though he's 2 years younger. 83 jumping. Actually, what is Denzel's? 83 jumping is actually pretty bad. Whereas Denzel is, yeah, we've made the decision. Denzel Ward. Right after went Ekwonu, a couple of older guys. Trayvon Diggs, Jordan Davis. I forgot about him. He went kind of high. Not really, to be fair, because he is superstar and he's a god. In a user league, I probably would choose him. He'd actually probably be on my list when we, well, he will be on my list, but he might even be a guy that I take when we actually do the physical actual perfect fantasy draft guide video. Damn, with our next pick, A.J. Terrell is still there, dude. That is tough. Antoine Winfield's also very solid. Jamal Adams, what dev is he? Superstar 26. Very good with that insane hit power. Coverage solid as well. But it's really tough for me not to grab Rashawn Gary, dude. 24 years old. Another athletic beast on the edge next to Micah Parsons. If you really wanted to, you could put Micah Parsons at middle linebacker. I wouldn't, but you literally could, which would make you, need another edge rusher anyways. DT, I don't think is good enough. I try to look for an offensive player. Not a huge fan, to be honest. Like, A.J. Brown is semi-tempting, but it's kind of like meh. And honestly, if A.J. Terrell's there, I got to take him. There's nothing more broken than having two lockdown corners it is almost impossible to throw against, so A.J. Terrell is the choice. Jamel Dean just went. How many corners went here? I was looking at guys like Greg Newsome, and I was like, those are guys I'll go for later. Kendall Fuller even, like, bunch of names after our guy. We made a good choice, I think. Everyone needs a good tackle, and I think Jordan Mailata is an absolute beast, and I'm honestly surprised he's still here. You can see a guy like Colton Miller just went. Mailata must be shortly behind. Well, I mean, he is, because we just took him, but, you know. And now, I don't know where Jameson Williams goes, but at 6'2", 21 years old, and that kind of speed, you're getting yourself a poor man's Tyreek Hill here in the 6th round, so I'm absolutely fine with it. And they do say 10 off, so that's not bad. Oh, and it's drafted a rookie with hidden development trade. I suppose, in their defense, on this one, the achievement isn't wrong. The other one, though, win a free agent bidding war when it was just a draft, a bit off. Damn, the start of round 7 is kind of where Aiden Hutchinson and Trayvon Walker goes. But, ooh, Noah Fant as well. Is there even a tight end left for us? I've pretty much never been more sure of something in my life than to take Jeremy Chin right here. He is an absolute freak. And I think you would be dumb not to grab a 6'3" safety with 93 speed. Just saying. Grabbing him here. I'm really feeling quarterback's going to go very, very soon here, but I can't guarantee it either, so I don't know if I want to make that play. You know what? Actually, I see Isaiah Simmons there. I got to take him. 24 years old, absolute specimen. Got to do it. Uh-oh. If any of the rookie quarterbacks are there, I'm going to grab one, because if Hurts is gone here, we may be in some trouble. Oh, I forgot about Thibodeau, to be honest, but it is what it is. Why does he go, like, that much later? Like, he's not really worse than Aiden in the game. I just seen Jameis Winston go. You think I'm messing around? Hell no. We're going to be going for one of the youthful guys. It's hard to tell who's the best. I think it's Will. Oh, Ritter's also 23. Never mind. Then it's got to be Willis by, like, a mile. It's definitely not Pickett, I'll tell you what. What else is there? Matt Corral. How old is he? 22? Everyone's 20 damn 3, dude. Willis is by far the best, so boring or not, which he's not, because he's fun to use, he's OP as hell. We're going to be going with Malik Willis here, who I imagine is not maybe a round or two away, but no point in risking it any longer. That awareness is awful, but everything else is amazing. So, Malik Willis. And this with this pick, we're actually kind of running out of linemen here, so I'm going to go with Eric McCoy. He's 25, but he's still very great all around. Can play him at many different positions. I'll probably end up playing him at right tackle, though. I'm going to guess, based on what I've seen, that Garrett Wilson will go soon, but honestly, the fact that he's only star dev, it probably doesn't matter a whole lot that we grab him. Jameson Williams, of course, is a little bit more unique because he's tall and fast, whereas Garrett Wilson's kind of like, you know, he's a prototypical good player. He's just not like that special to where you need to have him. Of course, a guy I did want that it is that special and we need to have him is gone. And I'm kind of debating on going for Travis Etienne now as my like backup option. Oh, Breece Hall is still there. It might just be Breece Hall because Kenneth Walker just went. Breece Hall is a very good player too, so I am actually going to be grabbing Breece Hall here. We also finally had another rookie quarterback go. Desmond Ridder went this round, so it seems like maybe round 11 or late 10, round 11 is where, you know, those guys are going to go. Any other quarterbacks? Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold. The really interesting names are going, though. Like, for quarterbacks, like, they don't value, like, Willis. Like, obviously we took him, but, you know, Willis should have went way before, like, someone like Jameis even. And it does seem like a little bit of a reach, even though they probably will go soon. I'm going to go with David Ajabo, I think. Super athletic, solid player. Coverage does suck, but 22 hidden. It's a good pick. We were, like, literally down to the last, like, 3 guys. Andrew Booth goes. Pretty fun player, but meh. Darnell Savage is like 25, 26. Trayvon Merrick was probably really good still, though. And then with this pick, we're going to go with Lewis Seen, 6'2", 22 years old, 93 speed, 89 hip power, 95 excel. He's so good. He's going to be our choice. And Daxton Hill went literally like shortly after him, so yeah, no. So almost all the hidden development trait linemen or star dev plus are gone, so we're going to go with the beast, Daniel Falele. Absolute god, 6'8", 380, dude. But of course, he is not athletic, but maybe he's busted in the game because he's like so huge. So I don't know. So guys like Irv Smith just went, and we're kind of only down to like Tommy Tremble and of course Trey McBride. And I'm a fan of the younger, faster options, so I'm going to be going with Trey McBride, even though he is normal development trait. And now, a super god in the game, Mr. Nakobe Dean. He's 21 years old, but the thing that makes him so insane is that he has 89 change of direction, which is just absurd. Jumping's a little low, but linebackers don't jump in general, so Nakobe Dean's going to be our choice here in the 16th round. Garrett Wilson just went, holy crap. Well, I don't know if this guy's going to be, you know, like long-term, but he's pretty decent, I suppose. So we're going to grab Travis Jones to be DT2. Maybe have more of a 3-4 set of interior players, but meh. Surprisingly enough, Eric Stokes is still here, which I don't get because he has great press, very fast, good jumping. Man and zone are both 79. I don't understand why he's still here, but I'm going to grab him. And he's still there, surprisingly, even though he is 23. He has a very high change of direction. Troy Anderson, basically this Madden's Isaiah Simmons, in a way, is going to be our choice. All right, so we're going to need another wide receiver. We're going to go with another busted one, Tyquan Thornton, like the poor man's Jameson, who is the poor man's Tyreek. But I don't feel that poor with these two out there. They are blazing. N'Keal Harry just... Oh, my God. Devs. I don't know if he has star dev, which would be so dumb if he does, but the fact that he was just taken there probably tells me he does. Of course, there are other options were other options. The reason why I didn't go with George Pickens is the fact that he has, like, really low injury, stamina, toughness, which you can't actually upgrade in the game. Of course, that wouldn't matter for a rebuild, but since I'm drafting this kind of as if it isn't a rebuild, that it's actually, like, you know, a team I would use, I'm kind of, like, you know, putting it that way. Look at this. Round 18. No, it's 20, actually. Kenny Pickett. Oh, my. And I'm not even just saying this because I like the Packers, but Romeo Doubs is looking pretty good here, actually. His jumping's a little bad, but he also is 6'2". I'm trying to find, like, a smaller wide receiver. Like, Mechie's decent, but his injury's kind of iffy. Treylon Burks, of course, is 6'2", so he's not, like, you know, that great with that. His release sucks as well, which is kind of why I went from George Pickens, so it'd be really stupid for me to grab him, who's older. Christian Watson, of course, is very tall, so I don't really know if he fits the bill there. We've already got a lot of tall wide receivers. We kind of need, like, a slot type. Danny Gray is too freaking injury prone. I'm struggling. Screw it. Even though he's a little bit of a project, we're going to go with Calvin Austin. He's 23, though. I can't do it, dude. I'm not a 23 guy. I just can't. It's not me. You know what? We're going to go with Sky Moore. That injury, stamina, toughness it's okay. Sky Moore is kind of what I'm looking for, like a slot guy that can develop as a really good route runner, really good catching and release, is one of the best of the rookies, so we're going to go Sky Moore here. A lot of rookies, if you couldn't tell. Which, if you couldn't, you probably need glasses. Gonna just be honest with you. Kellen Mond, holy. Does anyone know why Tariq Cohen's still star dev in the game? Like, the dude literally can't play. He's just like, he's never gonna play again. And it sucks, because he's so much fun to watch, but, like, he just isn't playing ever again. I'm sorry. And if he does, he's not, I mean, you know. And while he may go sometime later, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to risk it. Nick Cross is a beast and a great backup, let alone starter if you wanted to. We're going to add backup running back Zamir White to the team because you need a backup running back, and a lot of the good ones are gone, like James Cook and Isaiah Spiller. So that's that. I mean, I guess Romeo Doubs, like I said, I mean, I think he's good, but I know people are going to be like, you chose them because the Packers. Like, okay, relax, dude. Probably, though. Now, you're not allowed to get mad at me. Christian Watson, he's also very good. He's 6'4" and fast-ish. Tariq Woolen wasn't even showing for me before because he was such a low overall, but now he's here. Man, that guy is quite a low overall despite the speed and size. All right, I'm not proud of having to have a low overall normal dev slow lineman, but I have no choice. So my audio messed up for a couple of these picks, but luckily the draft is pretty much over. We're going to grab Channing Tindall because he's an athletic god. Only thing bad about him is catching. He's a backup anyways. Same with Ed Ingram. Only thing that's bad about him is really his age, so he probably will start at right guard. Evan McPherson at superstar is the new Justin Tucker, and AJ Cole is the best punter by far. And the final overall of the team is 77. I've seen a lot of 81s to 82 overall teams. You know, it's a little bit, once again, the Maddens, as they keep going on, it seems like the AIs get smarter and smarter at drafting, this is probably the worst line we've ever been left with after a fantasy draft. It's still decent because, once again, assuming the draft classes are still kind of similar to previous years, O-line was pretty easy to draft last year, so you don't really mind too much with having to replace 2, at most 3 with Falele for offensive line. But wide receivers, so much speed, so much potential, so much talent. Running back's great, quarterback's great, tight end is great. Once again, some of these guys are normal dev. Defense, we did focus a little bit more on, as we have great DBs. We literally don't need DBs at all. We don't need D-line, maybe DT. And then the linebackers, they're absolute specimens. Nakobe Dean, Isaiah Simmons, and Troy Anderson all have insane change of direction. They're all athletic freaks. Even Tyndall, some of the backups, are great. And then obviously we have the best special teams in the league with kicker punter. Great kicker, kick return guy. It's a really damn good team, and it's one of those teams that obviously is young and developable with, obviously the devs being a little lower for rookies this year. Got to assume they're really, expecting you to have breakouts completed and, end of season awards, I believe, guarantee a dev up this year. So absolutely a pretty good team for our first of probably many drafts for fantasy drafts this year in Madden 23. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Once again, doing tons of Madden franchise and just Madden 23 content this year, and I know you're going to love it here if you are new. And if you're not new, I appreciate your continued support a ton as we continue this YouTube grind. Obviously, the second channel, PKR Plays, I'll have non-Madden stuff. Probably going to be a little bit before I post on there again, but I do want to finish Far Cry 6, and I mentioned in a video earlier that I do want to do, I want to finish the first Spider-Man game on PlayStation, and, there's other games like The Last of Us, and, I'll probably end up playing Saints Row whenever that comes out. I think the new God of War is going to come out. We finished that on the second channel and all that. Would love to maybe stream again on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr if I can get my graphics card upgraded or somehow fixed or something like that. All of that kind of update stuff would be in the community tab. That's usually where I post when a second channel video goes live as well. So that's definitely where to look out for. If you have any ideas for videos, let me know in the comment section below. I'll probably have a bunch of videos that I've done in the past, see what they're like for this Madden. And yeah, that'll probably be the last video for today, but tomorrow, at least 2 videos, maybe 3, including a rebuild. Gonna try to do a Commanders rebuild, I believe, but I don't want to, have the same rebuild up as someone else, so I might have to, coordinate with some of the bigger names if I can, because I don't really care who uploads what. I just don't want to upload at the same time as someone else, I don't want to have the same video up. It doesn't help anyone doing that. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video,